Hey everybody, my name is Eduardo Martinez, and I will be taking you guys through a journey of these three beautiful national parks. On the left, we have Big Bend National Park. In the middle, we have Guadalupe Mountains National Park, and on the right, we have Carlsbad Caverns National Park. But before I get into introducing any of those parks, I really have to go quickly over the Permian period because it is very important when introducing these parks. The Permian period was around 299 million years ago to 250 million years ago, but what we know now is West Texas and East Arizona. It used to be covered in a tropical shallow sea, which dried up eventually and created a massive coral reef system. And over time, that reef actually turned into limestone, which is partly what created these parks. Anyway, Carlsbad Caverns National Park. It's located in southeast New Mexico, established in 1930. It formed from sulfuric acid dissolving limestone, which basically meant that there was gas and oil mixed with groundwater that made this sulfuric acid, and this sulfuric acid ended up eating at the limestone, which made these big chambers and made over 119 caves at this national park. There's also dolomite, gypsum, anhydrite. There's Brazilian bats, if I'm not mistaken. There's snakes and Mexican eagles. There's cave tours, hiking, and wildlife viewing. And yeah, as we get more into detail about this park, we know that it came from the Capitan Reef in the Permian period. Tectonic uplift and erosion exposed parts of the ancient reef, and then later on, there was water dripping into these caves, which deposited calcite and created stalactites, stalagmites, and soda stars, which you can see in these images. And also, what we know about this park was that the cave levels were stepped, which reflects uplift and base level drop during the Pliocene, Pleistocene, which basically drew passages out the phreatic zone and into vadose conditions. There's also Permian marine fossils remains in these cave walls, which is pretty cool because there's Pleistocene bone deposits that record bats and also cave bears and Washita, Marathon, orogeny. Later, the basin range extensions were also part of this cave park. Anyway, the Guadalupe Mountains National Park is located in West Texas, established in 1972. Limestone is the dominant rock. There's also gypsum, anhydrite, and dolomite, same as Carlsbad. But there's trails, the McKittrick Canyon Trail, the famous cabin that's called the famous Pratt Cabin, wildlife viewing rare animals, including the javelin. You can see it right here. You can see the bighorn sheep right here. There's also black bears. And if you take this trail that's called Devil's Hall, you in the fall you can see how beautiful it gets, where you can see this reef through the trees and these beautiful colors. But yeah, key events of this national park are the Permian period, late Paleozoic, Laramide, orogeny, and the Basin Range extension that I already mentioned. But yeah, you see these trails that lead up to the Guadalupe Peak. This is actually up 3,000 feet, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the tallest peak in Texas. And yeah, uplift and faulting basically raise this peak right here that you see. And you can see the Devil's Halls Trail right here and all the other trails that lead to, well, the Guadalupe Peak. Anyway, Big Bend National Park. So it's located in West Texas, established in 1944. It's located in the intersection of the three geological provinces, Rocky Mountains, Great Plains, and Chihuahua Desert. There's igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary, which actually this is the only park that has volcanic rocks, and the canyon formed by eroded limestone and sandstone by the Rio Grande River. And the mountain range was made out of rhyolite and basalt layers, which basically around 445 million years ago, Laramide magmatism put rhyolitic intrusions in the Chisos Mountains around 30 million years ago onward. And also this Rio Grande Rift extension basically created a normal faulted grabens and uplifted blocks carving steep-walled canyons like the St. Helena that we see right here in this image. And grabens, just to explain really quick, it's like basically when it goes, it's like down and then up, and this is called a horst up here. But it's all over this national park, which makes this park actually very beautiful, and it's kind of one of the only reasons why it's very detailed the way it is. But yeah, it's located along the Rio Grande Rift, and it's within the Basin Range province. It reflects tectonic compression and volcanism and the extension over the hundreds of years. And the Chisos Mountains are actually mountains that uplifted and formed by the Laramide compression, which is cool. But volcanism also added thick layers of igneous rocks on top of the sedimentary rocks, and these four key events were like really key to making this park what it is today, which is absolutely phenomenal.